What's up, guys? It is Monday, May 17, 2010. It's time for my WWE Monday Night Raw review. Okay, thank you to all my subscribers. If you guys haven't done so, go ahead and click the subscribe button right up there, or follow me on Twitter if you guys want to. I guess we are well on our way to 300 subscriptions, so if you guys haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you. Let me just give you my overall thoughts real quick before I get more detailed into the show. Monday Night Raw today was very, I guess you could say, top heavy. The show started off good enough. Now I still have some gripes with how the show started off, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But I will definitely have to say that the first half an hour of Raw easily outshone every other segment that they put on after that. It was just kind of ridiculous. Alright, so Bret Hart comes to the ring, opener, kind of knew that was going to happen. Bret Hart returned to Canada, inside a WWE ring, knew that was going to happen. Okay, so he comes out and makes an excuse, or not an excuse, he says he can't wrestle in the match because he doesn't want to be one of those guys that holds on too long. Huge sucker punch to Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair in TNA. Then Jericho comes out, and Jericho basically calls Bret Hart a coward for not getting in the match. Then Bret Hart, predictably enough, accepts or agrees to have the match again. So it's going to be Bret versus The Miz for the United States Championship. So all throughout the night we had these words from our sponsors, or WWE's play on of actual advertisement campaigns. You had the Geico and then MasterCard kind of segments going on. These weren't, some of them were funny, some of them were not too funny. I think the Goldust one was kind of creepy myself, but I didn't really have a problem with these. I don't think anybody really should have a problem with these. We didn't have to deal with 3 or 4 minutes of commercials at a time, so I think this was fine. And for the most part, WWE didn't put too many promos in there, so it didn't feel like it was overbearing. Then tonight it was announced it's going to be Pick Your Poison, Randy Orton, Edge. Edge will pick Randy Orton's opponent, Randy Orton will pick Edge's opponent. So we have Edge come out, we found out that Edge will be actually facing Christian, and as soon as I saw that, I thought it was wrong. Because unless this match was great, it's wasted on free TV, because Edge and Christian, this is a rivalry, a feud that can be great, and for you to waste this match on free television, it's kind of like it's pointless. But the match wasn't bad; it just wasn't great, and Edge came out on top with the victory. I thought Christian should have won, in my opinion, but Edge came out with the win with the spear. Then Randy Orton. As soon as Randy Orton came on the screen, I swear to you guys, I knew that Christian wasn't the intended opponent. Randy Orton then announces that it's Undertaker that Edge will have to face, and I was like, okay, this Raw is starting off pretty good. Okay, and so all throughout this match, Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler, the worst announcing team, they're just god awful, kept saying that these two guys are really familiar, that Edge knows every move that Christian's about to pull off. If you watch any of Christian's matches, you know what movies he's about to pull off, because it's kind of almost like a Cena thing. Now Christian can wrestle, but Christian has go-to moves that he does in every single match. Nonetheless, Undertaker comes out and they have their little thing. Edge gets countered out, Christian throws him back in the ring, and Edge gets a choke slam, and that ends the opening matches, if you will. The problem I have with this is oftentimes when Raw looks like it's going to be good, it's most of the time because there's SmackDown superstars in the ring. Now we have Undertaker, who has appeared twice since WrestleMania, and both of those times have been on Monday Night Raw, not even on his home show SmackDown, when SmackDown needs him the most. It just doesn't make too much sense. And Undertaker definitely needs to be on SmackDown, because SmackDown is hurting. Even though I think SmackDown was better than this Raw, SmackDown could use some star power. Then we have a pointless diva segment with Maurice and Eve, with Eve throwing like baby powder on Maurice, and that was somehow supposed to get us to think that they hate each other. I don't think so. So then, weaved into one of the Buzz Aldrin skits, we find out that Vicky Guerrero is not the GM, and that the real GM is going to be announced. The new GM, her replacement, will be announced next week on Monday Night Raw. Interesting. Who do you guys think is going to be the a permanent GM? I want you guys to tell me down there below. I don't know. Could it be I really don't know who it could be. JBL for the win? That would be great. What if JBL came back as the general manager? That would be something, right? Alright, then Batista and Mark Henry, no contest. Who cares, really? Batista actually called Mark Henry Kool-Aid. Yeah, that was kind of funny. So Ted DiBiase versus Yoshitatsu. Didn't really see this match. I went to do something that was a little more important. But Ted DiBiase ends up picking up the win. Not sure how it happened. As I said, I was not watching it. Bret Hart versus The Miz. Okay, so this match, We knew that Bret Hart wasn't going to be able to wrestle, but I did not think that WWE creative was that creative, because, you know, when they want to be, they can really pull some serious shit out their ass. Okay, so first we have The Miz coming out and saying that he doesn't trust Bret Hart, and so William Regal and Vladimir Kozlov come down to the ring basically to protect The Miz from the Hart Dynasty. The Hart Dynasty jumps out of the crowd, beats them to the back. So then we have Chris Jericho coming into the ring, and so it's Chris Jericho and The Miz versus Bret Hart basically in the ring. Natalya gets in the ring, Natalya slaps Chris Jericho, and through a series of events, Bret Hart ends up winning the United States Championship. And, you know, that was just a really convoluted, complex scenario to happen. Overdrawn. I think there probably was a better way to handle this, but nonetheless, Bret Hart got the big pop with the sharpshooter, making The Miz tap out. He's your new United States Championship, and the United States Championship continues to spiral ridiculously out of prestige or any credibility, because The Miz was not a good United States Champion. He did not defend it very often. Bret Hart, I mean, if we're going to be seeing this every week, I don't think that's going to be a good thing for it either. So, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I didn't think it was too good. Alright, so then we have Divas versus Divas. We have Michelle McCool, Layla, who are now the, I guess, co-Diva champion, or co-women's champion, I don't know, along with Maryse versus Eve and the Bella Twins. Did anybody really care about this match? I thought there was a lot more wrestling than usual Diva matches on Raw, but still it wasn't good, and so it doesn't really matter. Cena cuts a promo in the back with Josh Matthews, and let me just tell you something. I understand kind of why people hate Cena at some points, because his promos of not quitting and his promos, they're just awful. Like, he's either yelling or he's being serious, and neither of them he does a good job at. And it's just, and the crowd, wow, they really did not like Cena at all. The crowd booed him all night long. Every time he came on the screen, the crowd during the main event was actually chanting for Sheamus. So that's how you know. But I just thought it was an awful promo by Cena. It's just like, we've heard this promo so many times. I mean, it's just like, Cena, just shut the hell up. Alright, now let me just be clear. I don't hate Cena personally, but I can see where people's hate for Cena's comes from. It's just that, you know, monotonous. Every single week it's the same thing. I don't blame them for hating. Alright, so Randy Orton comes out next, and then Edge's opponent for Randy Orton ends up being Jack Swagger. These two had two good matches on Raw last month. This match wasn't as good. Alright, so Edge came in, actually interfered, meaning that Randy Orton won via disqualification. This match was okay. It wasn't long enough, but for the time it was given, I thought it was done well. Jack Swagger looked really good in the ring versus Randy Orton, so no burying here. But I definitely would have liked to see a clean win, even though I knew that wasn't going to happen. But Jack Swagger definitely improving in the ring. He was always a good superstar, but this guy is really on his game right now, so I really am looking forward to SmackDowns just because of Jack Swagger, which is kind of weird. I know. Alright, so the main event, Cena versus Sheamus. Cena gets booed. The crowd, as I said earlier, was actually chanting, "Let's go Sheamus." This match, nothing special. And this is why I hate Raw. Raw is the same every week. We get matches. They build matches up all night long, and only for the match to end in disqualification. And while that's nothing new to WWE, it's definitely becoming something that's getting increasingly stupid. And I think they need to look over at SmackDown, because SmackDown has some pretty good segments as far as feuds going right now. I think SmackDown definitely has the upper hand as far as advancing feuds, because whether it's Edge and Randy Orton just spearing or RKOing each other, or it's, you know, Cena and Batista trying to one-up each other, or it just it's not original. But either way, the show ends with Batista locking in a submission hold, and the show just ends like that. That's WWE not being smart, because that's further pushing the idea that Cena will not quit. The fact that the show went off air without him even quitting or tapping out or even looking like he was going to tap out. So there you have it. That was Monday Night Raw. I thought it started off pretty good, but it ended a little lackluster, or not a little lackluster. It ended lackluster. What did you guys think of Monday Night Raw? Because I have a feeling that a lot of people will have different opinions. So tell me down there below what you guys thought about Raw. Also, if you guys didn't check out the Rando Wednesday video, there was a couple contests, a caption contest, and some of you guys put some pretty good captions on that video. So for the picture that I showed in that video, so I'll pick a winner either tomorrow or Wednesday. that's about it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.